but somehow, we have a number of zombie games releasing this week, but it is overall a smaller week as compared to last week, but there are always interesting indie games coming out, so see what's new in this edition of Indie Gaming this week. Let's begin with They Are Coming, the first zombie title on the menu, in which you are controlling the horde, attacking and turning other humans while avoiding tanks and fire as you do so. It looks like a pretty straightforward action title that looks good due to the fast-paced action, with a nice cel-shaded look as well. In contrast to zombie titles, we have a number of cozy farming sims this week as well, one of which is Planetary Planter, an open-world farming title where you're growing celestial bodies. Yes, you did not hear that wrong, you're indeed planting stars and planets, which, once harvested, can be arranged into constellations to dot the night sky. It looks very pleasant and I believe is supposed to be free as well, so why not check this out.
Your task is to set up a thriving colony. Well, stop bothering me and start expanding my empire.
I mentioned one more island in a recent video, and here we already are with the release. Being a medieval fantasy colony sim, we are going about expanding an empire.
Governor, you just keep on advancing, don't you? I'm almost starting to get impressed, really.
Construct buildings, manage workers and set up trade routes, all in a bid to please the Queen. I've mentioned Contract Killer before while looking at upcoming beat-em-up titles, and I'm thus happy to share its release is finally upon us this week. It has quite a cute art style, where you play as various writing implements from a pencil, fountain pen and more, battling a variety of enemies as you travel on. I do like the look of the levels here and how depth is used, with this being a great example of how a white border on character sprites can be an effective tool. There is 4-player co-op support and multiple modes like story, horde, and PvP battle modes, looking like one for fans of the genre. Gibbon Beyond the Trees technically released last week on Switch as a surprise release during the Indie World presentation, but the Steam version is out this week, being a beautiful and emotional platformer that is not to be missed. Obviously, you play as a gibbon with the ability to swing and somersault your way through the environment, looking absolutely wonderful while still having a touching story of family and survival as well. It comes to us from developer Broken Rules, who made the excellent Old Man's Journey, making this a title of interest. Two bigger games of interest this week, beginning with Deadcraft, a zombie survival action crafting title where trying to survive in the apocalypse, coming to us from, interestingly, Japanese developer Marvelous Inc., which is a curious choice in 2022.
Verge of ruin. As Prince of Boston, I have gathered you all here to deal with an unprecedented threat. An attack against me and against the Boston Camarilla. Who? Why? How? We know nothing of our enemies, but one thing is certain. There will be consequences.
The other bigger title is Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song, a narrative RPG set in the world of darkness, reminding me quite a bit of the original cult classic Vampire the Masquerade.
I will remember those who have proven themselves to me. Don't let me down. Caleb, you are the oldest among us. You have proven your ability to solve problems time and time again, whether by deception or by force. I know you'll choose the best approach. Get in among the mortals, erase all our tracks, and eliminate anyone who dares threaten us. Leisha, you are the most discreet and clear-sighted. Go to where the attack happened and search for survivors and answers. You can go unnoticed, blend in with the mortals, and hide evidence of our existence. Halsey will be with you. I have faith in you. Thanks to your popularity, you have spent time with many kindred, whether they belong to the nobility or a more unassuming lineage. Everyone knows your face. Everything is accessible to you. Your reputation and talent for diplomacy will serve you well in your mission. Track down the traitors in our ranks and reveal their secrets. Their masks must be ripped off. Use your strength strategically in each situation you face. Don't forget that our enemies will try to hide the truth from you and use the power of the blood against you. Use your experience and unique skills. It's in such times of crisis that everyone's traits and talents come to the fore. If you need to feed, do it according to the traditions. Thou shalt not reveal thy true nature to those not of the blood. No matter the circumstances, the masquerade must never be breached. I leave the choice of your methods up to you, but be careful. Don't let your beast obscure your judgment. Mortals may be weak, but they are many, and our allies are few. Your choices will affect the fate of the Boston Camarilla. Act accordingly. We cannot afford mistakes. Make the right choices. Show them our power. And don't forget, they are the prey, and we are the predators.
Smaller games begin with Decision Red Days, which is, weirdly enough, the second open-world zombie survival game of the week, where it might just be bad luck for this smaller title to be releasing in the same week as a bigger game, but it does look pretty neat. Goetia 2 is a sequel to a fairly popular grimdark point-and-click adventure game from 2016, but has changed developers in the years since then, where I believe there is some narrative through line, but playing the first game is not needed.
Ready, set, go!
Indie golf games got my attention once again with Golf Gang, wait for it, racing golf title where you're trying to make your way through the course as quickly as you can, looking like an interesting change of pace. Hex Rally Racers is essentially Mario Kart, but with witches on brooms, where it's of interest since it's a student project, and as with many of these, it's completely free and does give me confidence in the future of video games. Another cozy game of interest is The Witch's Garden, one where you're growing plants and crafting potions and should be free as well, so why not give this a go. I do like the look of a virtual circuit board, one that does remind me of Pico 8 in some ways, but this is a sandbox programming title that looks fairly powerful.
Well, here it is. The Weatherby House, our new home. It looks about the same as I remember when I grew up here.
Finally, Witching Hour is a first-person horror title that does look very creepy, so if you love this genre, perhaps check it out.
Is any of it true?
Rose, I think someone's downstairs.
You shouldn't be here.
What are we going to do now?
What's this? What the hell do you want from us?
Let's kick off the top 5 with Old World Heroes of the Aegean Paid DLC, a new content pack for a decent 4X strategy title that releases on Steam as well after previously being available on other platforms. If you're not familiar, this studio was co-founded by Soren Johnson, a game developer known for his work on Civilization 3 and 4, where Old World is certainly in a similar vein but with added tweaks and changes to advance the genre, with the DLC adding 6 additional scenarios where you play as ancient Greeks, making this one for fans of the genre. I've another DLC of interest here with Fury Onimusha, a release that surprised even me when I got the press release, since Fury was a game from 2016, so this releases 6 years after the fact. It adds a new playable character which is completely different from the original, changing up the combat which was the highlight of the original, so whether you're new to the game or just want to revisit a classic, this may be worth picking up.
Go back to yourself.
If you love Souls-like RPGs, do keep an eye out for the release of Domen, a sci-fi entry that I think looks fantastic, having long been in development, so I do hope that time has been kind to this game. It does have your usual mix of cosmic horror inspired enemies, but most interestingly, does have both ranged and melee combat as well. The other similar title that I can think of in this area is Hellpoint, which didn't get a mixed reception, so hopefully this will turn out well.
Rise from your deathless slumber. You are a vampire, a creature of the night.
V Rising is an awesome survival action RPG where you play as a vampire trying to regain your powers, coming to us from not-so-indie developer Stunlock Studios, best known for the streamlined MOBA Battle Right, but technicalities aside, certainly looks to be of interest, so enjoy this excellent trailer.
Begin rebuilding your castle, piece by piece. The time has come to regain your power and claim what was once yours. Gather your army of darkness and conquer every corner of the world. Stalk the night. Hunt for blood. Become terror itself. The rulers of the night have returned. The vampires are rising.
From grimdark to very cozy, Little Witch in the Woods gets a very special mention, since it's a game that I've been keeping an eye on for quite a while and just fills me with a warm, fuzzy feeling whenever I look at this. You play as an apprentice witch dispatched to a new town and have to help the locals, gathering plants and brewing potions in order to do so. There is an undeniable bond between witches and cats, so there is a pet element as well, and add to that the adorable character designs and wonderful pixel art, and you got my attention, taking the #1 spot. For more cozy titles, watch these videos and I will see you after the jump.